off. Sort it out. Gaffer, sort this out, man. Why are we playing like this? This is shocking. This is not Chelsea. This is not Chelsea. This is not Chelsea.
Have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Big up to every single one of you live and locked in. Hope everyone is doing well in life. First and foremost, I want you all to smash the piece that like button. If you haven't smashed it, smash it right now. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure you do so. We've got the notification bell ding dong, so have it right so you know when we go live. And we've got the Minerals FC Ultras membership down below in the description. As we also have Eunice Talks, Minerals' channel in the title. This is not Chelsea. Blue coat. Bind our club. Respect to everyone. Salute to all the Minerals FC Ultras. Salute to our Chelsea old boys. We see things they'll never see. And salute to the no surrender mentality. And also, let's acknowledge, win, lose or draw, blue co out. Big up to you, Eunice. Lovely, as always, to have you on the Minerals FC. And this is going to be a banger. We know it. We're not going to ask how we are because we're not good. None of us are good. So I think let's just go straight into it. Salute to the Don Roman, bruv. Salute to our Don Roman and Tommy T. So have it right.
Hey, I've got winners around me here. This is great. I'm at Chelsea. I don't know what you lot at CFCLDN are saying, but I like being here at Chelsea. It's good. Feels like home. Feels like home.
That's Chelsea.
This is Chelsea.
Yeah.
This is Chelsea.
Yeah.
This is Chelsea. The rest that everyone else is seeing right now, that's CFCLDN. This is proper Chelsea.
Yeah. And I agree with that. It is CFCLDN. They're rebranding Chelsea.
Yeah.
That's why they want to relocate. But I played that clip, Eunice, and to all the ultras.
Yeah.
That was when I was in the dugout over 2 years ago. That was February when we played Southampton at home. We lost 1-0 to Ward-Prowse free kick. And I stood up there. I was rattled. And obviously I knew what was going on with Jellyfish Potter being a yes man. I knew what was going on behind the scenes of the club. And I stood up there and I called it out and I said, this is not Chelsea. And Reece James looked and he knew. Reece James knew. But since that happened, as you said, Eunice, look what's happened now. They stopped after that. They stopped supporters being allowed to sit in the dugout. Strike one. Strike two, the season after, they switched the dugout from the left to the right and put the away on the left and our dugout, the home dugout, on the right. So already they're changing things up. And then Tout Bowley saw a massive market, a niche in the market, to go, hey guys, let's use Vivid Seats and let's charge $5,000 for a dugout seat and let's up it to $10,000 and let's rake in those dollars, because it's all about the money. Yeah? Facts.
Yeah.
What did we have last night, Eunice, against Walsall? What did we have? 10,000 supporters, Chelsea supporters did not attend. All right?
Yeah.
So that means we had a capacity of 31,000. And it goes one step further. I have got supporters that were in the ground that witnessed Walsall supporters in our West Stand. They bought tickets in our West Stand. Away supporters in the home end. Where do you think they got those tickets, mate?
I think the attendance of Chelsea supporters was 29,000. And then the Warsaw lot, obviously, the whole stadium was about 31. 10,000 not showing up. Yeah. Crazy. And where you were sitting, right, where your seat was in that dugout, now as you said, it's anywhere between, depending on the game, £2,000 to £10,000 to sit there per match, right? Which, by the way it's structured, you get to choose if you want the dugout home or you want dugout away, right? You want to sit behind the home dugout or do you want to sit behind the away dugout? So obviously, you'd get, fans of the opposition sitting behind their dugout. If they've got enough money and they want to sit there, they can do that. Whereas before, like you were there, how much did you pay for that ticket? How much was yours?
Funny enough, I was gifted it.
All right, fair.
By a very good friend. Yeah, very good friend. No,
but back then,
let's have it right.
Right, to get a ticket there, I mean, if like, say you didn't know someone or whatever, if you were just going and getting it, a ticket sat there wouldn't have been no more than £100. East stand, west stand, upper tiers of it, not upper tier as in upper tier, no, where you're sat, but I mean the price range, the way I remember it, 85, 90, 95 quid. That's how it was. Now it's up to 10k.
Yeah.
To sit there. And why? Because they don't want anything like what you did back then happening again, do they?
No. That went viral. That actually went viral, that did.
Yeah, I know. This is not Chelsea. And 3 years later, we're still here saying this is not Chelsea and this is.
That's Chelsea. Yeah.
This is.
That's the last era of success at Chelsea, because since these owners have come in, did you know that Roman spent, I think it's over 2 billion in his 18 years of ownership at Chelsea? Yeah. All right.
Yep.
These owners in less than that's on debt. That's using debt. That's debt financed. Right? Roman left us debt free.
Yeah.
He won every trophy that can be won. They took us over. We were world champions, currently world champions.
Yep.
I gutted it all out.
Yeah.
For a Brighton model, which we're going to get into later, but I want to dissect everything.
Yep.
Before I get into that, the away supporters, we can't even get bottle caps in the ground. These lot are taking flares.
Mate, how has that happened?
Right?
Were they too scared to search them? Because I heard a little whisper, and I don't know if this is true. I'm in Dubai. I don't know. Apparently, it kicked off at Parsons Green with them lot. I don't know if that's the case, but probably something small anyway. But yeah, you can't get into the ground without a bottle cap. How in the blue hell did all these lot get in with flipping pyrotechnics and flares? It's insane. It's insane. Maybe they bottled the search. Maybe they just let them in and just monitored them, and that's it. Because they don't want to start any trouble. Mate, those police lot will kick off at anything. They know that.
Yeah.
So maybe it's that. I don't know.
Well, they had a very nice day out, or evening out, should I say. Didn't they?
Oh,
they had a cracker.
Electric. That was electric in that stand, man. That was unreal. I think that's the craziest bunch of fans we've ever had at the bridge, without a doubt.
I think one of the only other one was when I was at Dynamo Zagreb. Their away supporters were unbelievable, bro. Yep. They were like that all game. Boom, 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 boom. Drums the lot, mate. But the game itself, yeah, I haven't even done a video on it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
I'm doing this now with you. The lineup was a solid, strong lineup. Right? No excuse.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah, apparently. But this yes man decides to play Reece James and Gusto in a double pivot, right? Because he wants to rest Caicedo and Enzo, but won't rest Reece James, who needs to play against Fulham. Needed to play against Brentford. He played him out of position. And who was the other game that he didn't play?
Ipswich.
What was the game he didn't play?
Ipswich. The last one.
Ipswich, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't play the last one. He played last night, played 90, and then after the game, he said, yeah, no, we can't play him every 3 days. But, so he's not playing against Fulham then. What are you doing?
What are we doing?
What are you doing? If he could play 90 minutes yesterday against Legia Warsaw, That means he can play 90 minutes. If he didn't play, he could have played 90 minutes against Fulham. But now because he played that, you're saying he can't play every 3 days. He's not playing against Fulham. So
Did
what?
you know?
Has he thrown it? I think he's thrown it.
Yeah. Did you know, Eunice, that that's the first time Legia Warsaw, or is it any Polish team, have won on English soil?
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
They beat us with their team. They beat us at our home ground.
Yeah. And it's the first, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's the first time, anyone in the chat can correct me if I've got this wrong. I think it's the first time we've lost a home game in a European competition outside of the Champions League.
So Blue Coat, these clowns are breaking records for everything. They gave Fulham their first win at Stamford Bridge for 45 years. They allowed Ipswich to beat us at their ground, their first home win in 22 years of being in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Right? They're breaking records with the amount of money they spent in a short amount of time, the amount of managers they're going through. They're breaking records for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Right? But anyway, aside from that, the game itself, the players didn't give a shit. The players showed no heart, showed no fight. They showed no intensity. They showed no desire to say we need to earn our stripes. We want to play in the Premier League game. We need to beat Fulham. We need to play in the Champions League. We want to play in the Champions League. We have to play for the supporters that have turned up. We know we're 3-0 up, but we have to show that we mean business because we got the toughest run coming up in the Premier League. It seems to me that Enzo Maresca has been told by these clowns it's more important to win the Conference League, to bag a Europa League, to make out its progression and win a trophy than it is actually to get Champions League football, because the reality is we're not going to get Champions League football because we've just dropped points. We've got 2 points out of 6 out of Ipswich and Brentford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We won 3 games in 15, is it? Or 16? Or I don't know.
So
at home, I think.
I want to address the manager, because the manager, Eunice, yeah, he sent direct shots to the supporters, blaming us supporters.
Yeah,
that we conceded because of the environment, and you put Sanchez under pressure. Then he flipped it and said before this game, "Oh, if I was one of the fans, and I would feel the same." So he backtracked, right? Now, he came out with that statement after Egbali and the directors went in the dressing room. Then he came out with that disgraceful, sackable offence of a comment. Yeah, all right. So he's already. There was no connection with the supporters. Now he's obliterated that connection. That umbilical cord is non-existent, bruv. Yeah, all right. Because we're talking umbilical cords because it's Kindergarten FC, Epstein FC at Chelsea. All right, it suits the narrative. To then come out and say we're a work in progress. It's we're in a process. I'm learning, he says. So he's confessing that he's learning on the job. Everyone's learning on the job. The players are learning. Remember, he said against Walsall, the players have to be lucky to play this kind of game because of their environment.
Yeah. Exactly that. Yeah. He look, firstly, I think he's probably thinking Conference League, go for this. It's a trophy. I can put that on my CV, and then that's it, right? I think he's now looking at it from that perspective. And even then, I don't think we win it. Like this, we play Real Betis like this, we'll get chopped.
Facts. And was it you and George? Was it you said that Real Betis beat? Is it Barca?
They beat Barca, and they beat and drew against Barca and Madrid. Which way around it is, I'm not sure. You know what? I'm going to look this up right now because they're actually doing pretty well overall. They're doing well. They're 6th in La Liga. They drew against Barcelona at the Nou Camp,
Wow.
and they beat Real Madrid at home 2-1 recently.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that's
So,
recent.
1st of March, beat Madrid. 5th of April, drew to Barca.
Right.
And that was 4 games ago. So
this is... Listen, currently where we are now, and I'm talking the environment, the disconnect, the frustration, the manager firing shots at the supporters when ultimately he should be firing shots to the ones that employed him and the ones that are dictating him. He should be firing shots to the players for not delivering, right? But he wants to throw a cheap shot at the supporters. He come out yesterday, Eunice, and he said about so basically he come out today and he's repeating what he said before the game. He said, I said yesterday, and if I need to say it again, in the last 2 years, Chelsea has been 0 times in top 4 or 5. This season, we spent almost all season, top 4, top 5. Champions League spots. We are in a semi-final of a European competition. So why now we need to change something? Right?
Absolute gaslighting.
Like, listen, something right. Yeah? Don't be throwing these scripted narratives because you're speaking for the ownership. You're saying this. That's like them speaking to us personally, bruv. All right? Yeah. I don't believe this guy's that idiotic to be speaking like this. Either he wants to sack, he wants to chop, all right? Or he's NDA'd up, which he is, and he has to say what the owners tell him, all right? Do you really think that we care about a Conference League trophy? Are you winding me up? I don't even give a shit about it. It's a Mickey Mouse trophy. We're in the semi-final of a Conference League, just about.
Mate, we're in the semi-final of a European competition. He won't say Conference League.
Yeah,
because it sounds better.
Yeah,
it's a European competition. Yeah, Fulham. Fulham did Fulham win the Intertoto Cup one year? It did, didn't they? That's a European competition. What is this, mate?
And the fact that he goes, we've been in the top 4 all season. No, we ain't. We've been in and out of it, all right? But we've only been on it by 1 hour and a nutsack. Explain how Newcastle were 10 points behind us at December, and now they're 5 points ahead. Explain how Man City have had the worst season I've ever witnessed under Pep Guardiola, and they're above us. Explain to me how Nottingham Forest, how you've bottled, been second, and now we're 6th. And we should all be happy. And by the way, he's talking like the season's ended. He's talking about next season.
This is what I was going to say. This is exactly. This is what. So have we achieved it? Have we achieved something yet? No, we've still got 6 games to go. 6 games to go. You best believe if we're sitting 6th, we're lucky. If we're sitting
right now, yeah. Do you know what I think, Eunice? I think this geezer, he wants to bag a trophy to say, I've achieved the trophy, and then he's going to be gone.
CV. Yeah.
It's all about him, innit?
Healthy, Conference League trophy in his first season, and see what his next job will be.
Yeah.
And he's probably going down that route because best believe the players, and what Reece James said after last night's game as well, is so clear as day. You could read his body language was speaking out like crazy last night. You could see he did not give a crap.
I'll read it now. Today was for sure not progress. If anything, it was a step back. Maybe we disrespected the competition today, but this is football. If you don't prepare right, you will pay. If you don't prepare right. So he's firing a shot at the manager, clearly. He's firing a shot at the team lineup. I don't think he wants to play midfield. He's not a midfielder. Thomas Tuchel doesn't play him in midfield. And he said Thomas Tuchel's the best manager that's ever managed him. So have it right, Reece. Skipper. He gets benched for the most important games, must-win games, Premier League games, yet he's playing Conference League, disrespecting our captain, which leads me on to Reece James got every right to do that. And I'm happy he said that. It's not progress because it's not. We're on a decline. We're on an absolute decline. But this is where I lose my rag. Enzo Maresca says, I really don't want to change sorry, this is not Enzo Maresca. I'm reading off Daily. Where is it? Where's the clip? Oh, this is it. Maresca says, when you don't have a leader At least you have to try build some leader. In this moment, Reece is doing well. We have 2 or 3 players that are making the effort to help the rest. Reece James won us the Champions League, mate. Yeah? Best right back in the world. Best wing back in the world. Yeah? You're playing in midfield because you go, I only see him as a midfielder because you want to keep him fit to sell him for pure profit. Right? You said this before, we've got no leaders and this and that. Reece James is injured. Granted. So he's not available, so therefore I don't have any leaders, right? Okay? But Reece is available now, and you're still bringing up we don't have leaders. Reece James is a captain. The captain's undroppable. He dropped him in the Arsenal derby. He's dropped him in the Brentford game. Ipswich game. He's dropped him in must-win games, very important games. He's playing him out of position. All right? And he's our only leader. Enzo Fernandez is not a captain. He's not a leader. Get in the bin. He wants out. Yeah? So have it right. Like the majority of these players, they're playing like they want out of Chelsea, which is a serious, serious concern right now. But to fire shots at Reece James, yeah, I'm sorry. That is disgraceful. So Reece James got every right to call out the situation here. And remember, innit, Eunice, ITV took down Reece James's interview with England about him saying that Tuchel's the best manager that he's ever worked with. Yeah? Well, there's no coincidence with that. Doesn't suit the narrative at Chelsea, does it? Doesn't help the clowns that employed this guy with the directors.
No. And this is what Maresca's is doing at the moment, right? It's just, you can tell he knows he's in the situation. I don't think he knows what to do. He's just blagging his way through. I think the squad have completely downed their tools, if they even had any.
But they're kids. How can kids down tool the gaffer, bruv? Why? Because they're on 8-year contracts, getting overpaid, and they haven't delivered nothing.
There we are. But you can tell just from the way that they're playing, they're restricted on the pitch. They're restricted mentally. It's obvious. But you haven't even got anyone to fall back on. He's talking about leaders. You know, Reece is the closest thing to get to that. And
Reece dug him out twice.
And we heard, exactly. And we heard what he had to say. We had what he had to say. So look, to believe, this is also why, look, for anyone that still somehow thinks we're going to get Champions League football, right? Again, this is why I always say this, right? I truly believe this. You need to have played. You need to have known how to kick a ball and been in an environment to know exactly, to be able to read in between the signs. What, you think everything in the dressing room is all lovey-dovey at the moment? Mate, I can guarantee there's chaos going on in the dressing room right now. Chaos. And Reece James' interview was pure confirmation of that. Pure.
Because he knows.
That's him speaking publicly. What do you think he's saying privately, behind closed doors with his teammates? Mate, this is where, look, this is why now Maresca, I feel like, has had this decision to make, going, you know what? It's clearly gone way too far. Nothing's happening. I'm going to try and get a trophy. I'm going to stick that on the CV, and I'll probably be gone. So fuck it. Because if not, it wouldn't make any sense for someone like him to play Reece James yesterday. We still lost. And not going to play him against Fulham, which we're trying to chase Champions League, which is why I'm stressing for anyone that still somehow believes, we can still do it. You are dreaming. It's already done. Already done. All we're waiting for now is the mathematical confirmation of it. But it's done.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to beat those teams we're playing up against. We're not going to do it. And it's gone beyond just a couple of tactical adjustments. Now the dressing room is broken. It's obvious. You can't repair that in a week. It's impossible.
We're going to go on I'm telling you now, I don't see us getting any result against Fulham. I don't see us getting any result. The way we are now, the current situation right now, the environment, the whole atmosphere at Chelsea, and I'm talking behind the scenes, the players, the disconnect, the unhappiness, the sulking, the down tools. There is no chance you're getting a single point if your squad is like that. And listen, I already called it out. I said the typical PR stunt will be them to call John Terry what they won't call him in the dressing room just to help Enzo Maresca. They'd rather have Willie, the rugby player, all right, and pay that guy when you got John Terry, who is Chelsea through and through, our captain, leader and legend, yeah? And you've got him working with the kids, but you won't bring him into the first team who are kids as well, all right? Yeah. So maybe they might have to make that call and say, John, we'll have you as an interim, because they can't get Super Frank because he's doing well at Coventry, so have it right. So they can't pull that one back in. That's a worry, because I think John Terry's going to go into an environment where they ruin everyone. They eat everyone up. They'll make you sign an NDA. You won't be allowed to say what you want to say. And I don't think John Terry will do it. Personally, I don't think he'll do it. There's no way he agrees with how we are. He even come out and said Chelsea has to be in the Champions League. Joe Cole came out and said it. He says, you're prioritising the Conference League. No, Champions League should be the priority. Yeah. We're a Champions League club. How can you spend 1.5 billion and not be in the Champions League? How can you spend one? I'm asking all the toxic positivity merchants, all you brown envelopes, and all these Chelsea accounts that have been propaganda in this for 2 years solid, yeah? And ever since they walked through, how can you justify spending 1.5 billion and not have a complete world-class team, spine, manager to compete and win Premier Leagues and Champions League? 1.5 billion in less than 3 years. You cannot justify that. That tells you there's no intent to win.
Mate.
And we've got 90 players of what?
Yeah.
It's quantity over quality. It's not a project for football. 3 managers. It's not getting any better. We're getting worse, Eunice, mate.
Yeah. On top of that, right? For anyone, because I've had a few of these. When you play down the Conference League, right, and you take the piss out of it, and you get some that will go, oh, it's a trophy anyway, so we're going to win something. Get behind it because that's all we can play at the moment. I say to that, we shouldn't be here. And when people say, no, but we are, so just deal with it. That's how it should be because, that's just your level. No, we shouldn't be here. We shouldn't be playing here because no team that spends 1.5 billion should be playing Conference League football. Conference League football isn't for teams that have those sort of budgets and resources. It's not. So we shouldn't be here. It's a joke, the fact that we've spent that much money and we're playing Conference League. Conference League was made as an additional trophy for teams that can't make it into the European top competitions.
Burger King workers, plumbers, electricians, part-timers.
It's a way to UEFA for them to monetize even further. And it's a way for teams to be able to get themselves a chance at playing European football whilst they can't get to the top level. That's not teams that have a 1.5 billion pound budget over the space of a couple of years to splash out. That's not them, but we're in that. And then you're telling me that, no, we should be in this competition. Get out of here. This is why no one takes this competition seriously.
But
we shouldn't be here, but we are.
When we had Roman, we didn't even value the Europa League, bruv.
No,
right? And that's honest.
Mate, playing Europa League, yeah, I swear down. Do you remember the year after we won the Champions League?
Yeah.
I didn't give a damn about the Europa League until we played the semi-final. I was like, okay, now I can think about this competition a bit seriously. I wasn't bothered. It's Europa League. Europa League, I got rebranded from the UEFA Cup. It's always been the B competition. You don't really want to be in that. You want to be in the Champions League. Now we're coping with Conference League. And now because of Conference League, Europa League looks good. Which is why taking this angle, which I feel like they're going to take because they know Champions League is in the bin, is if we win Conference League, we got Europa League, it's all right. No, it's not all right. After having spent that much money over these amount of years, it's nowhere near all right.
And also, explain to me this, right? Yeah? I want people to understand this, all right? When we had Roman, Arsenal were nowhere to be seen. They were trying to get top 4. They haven't been in the Champions League for 8 years. They didn't compete for nothing. Lego Head completely gutted that Arsenal team, right? We got robbed of that FA Cup in the final. Let's have it right. Put that aside. He spent 800 million, 5 years now. He still hasn't won a major honour. He's done the all or nothing because it's all for nothing. Yeah. And when Roman got sanctioned, they were under they were nowhere near us, right? Nowhere. We were always above them. And since Roman's left, all you know, they've been in 2 title races. They're now in the Champions League semi-final. Right?
Yep.
And I'll go one step further. These lot have spent 1.5 billion. Double what Lego had spent, 1.6 billion. And look at the state of our squad, and we're still behind Arsenal. We're still behind them. And they're not even top. They're not even the benchmark because they're not winning the Premier League.
No.
Then I'll go this step. And this is what done me in like a kipper, bruv. Last night, Manchester United are in the absolute gutters, sewage, buried as a football club. The Glazers have had them in debt ever since they've walked through the door, and they still won't pay that debt, right? Our debt at Chelsea, that Egbali and Clearlake have taken, is almost double the debt of the Glazers. In less than 3 years, they've done that. Glazers have been there 20 years. Someone explain to me how Man United, in the gutter, injuries, new manager mid-season, have managed to make a comeback like that and go through to the semi-final.
You know what's mad?
They're in limbs, bruv.
You know,
They're in limbs.
I'll add one more. Tottenham are in the other semi-final.
Fucking hell, bruv. I tell you what, Eunice, man, I'll lose my head, bruv. If Tottenham win that and Arsenal win the Champions League,
one of them will win it.
Done.
Mate, that final is United Spurs. It's got it written all over it because Spurs have actually got a decent tie. United have got Bilbao, but I think United get past Bilbao. I think it's going to be United Spurs final, which is going to be. You know what's crazy? That means one of them is playing Champions League football.
Yeah. So what? Does that eliminate another space?
It's an add-on. It's an add-on.
Oh, look at that. We're adding on as many in the Champions League.
There's going to be six teams, six English teams in the Champions League next season, and not one of them will be us.
And this is my point, right? We're not good enough to play Champions League. Our squad's not even good enough to play Europa League. What's Man United's squad then? Where are Man United in the league? What are they, 12th? 13th?
13th, somewhere there, 14th.
Right? And this is what I'm saying, right? What happened with the Man United game yesterday? That is what football is about, you clowns. That's football. The supporters are so... Listen, the 1958 have made countless protests to get these owners out, right? Actually got them to sell their percentage to Ratcliffe and the Ineos, yeah? All right, because of the protest, right? They've gone a notch up. But that is what football's all about. Those moments, bruv. When have we had these moments at Chelsea since these clans have come in? And then Therese goes, oh, we struggle against low blocks, but when we play against Spurs is a 6-pointer every season. There's no benchmark. Look what we're doing here. We're losing a Polish team. United are going through after being behind, like in the dying minutes.
Against Lyon.
Against Lyon, a decent side. Right?
We would have lost Lyon. Easily.
Why? Because they got something called experience in that team. They got some sort of level of experience. They got some generals in there. Yeah, they got a manager who's a winner. And I'll tell you this now. Yeah. I think this guy will probably win the Europa League. And what's that going to say about us as a football club? Now, this guy's come into Man United in half a season where they're absolutely in ruins, and he wins them a Europa League. He wins a trophy before all the 3 managers that we got. Of all the money spent. And Mason Minerals, man, is going to win an FA Cup and Europa League. Are you fucking winding me up? And what are we left with? And I'll go one further. If Arsenal win the Champions League, Kai Havertz is going to be lifting his 2nd Champions League. Albie's dead word. We got Nico Jackson. The counterfeit Michael Jackson. Oh, moonwalking us to fucking nowhere.
Mate, who was it yesterday? Oh, someone put out a review. I forgot who it was, but the comment stuck with me. It was like, was he drugged up last night or something? Because he was nowhere to be seen.
Apparently, he's on the phone in the dugout.
I didn't see that. I saw comments here though, and apparently he was. Yeah, I've not seen that, so I can't comment. But
And do you know what? They
That's
rewarded him
outrageous.
with failure. They gave him a contract extension, and he
Yeah.
did nothing. What's his? You know what his stats are? I think he scored. What is it? 7 goals, 9 goals. Is it 7 goals? 9
think
goals.
so.
I think he scored. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Delap's got 12, and Ozyman, who you said will block the development of Jackson, has got 35 GA. He's got 28 goals or 29 goals. And Ozyman wanted to come to Chelsea. We're not buying elite players, which brings me on to Maresca's a massive problem. He's not qualified. He's championship level. He's a yes man. He's got his big gig at Chelsea. We know all this. He's dictated. The lineups are chosen, whether you believe it or not, by Winstanley Stewart, and they use data to pick the lineups. They put the players into an AI system and they decide what play. That's why you're getting all these lineups that don't make sense. All right. That's the first one. The second instance is, all right, because he's micromanaged, they will say, you see, Reece James, you can't play him every game. We need to keep him fit. Why? Because we want to sell him, because we're not going to get Champions League football now. We're not getting that revenue. We haven't got a front of shirt sponsor, but let's have it right. They didn't need a front of shirt sponsor because everyone's been sponsoring the ownership. You want to come at the manager. You want to come at the directors, but who hires them? That's who you've got to come to the stake's head. The bottom line is, yeah, Enzo Maresca is out of his depth. He's fired shots. He's done as far as I'm concerned. Sack him all you want, but they'll bring in another yes man. I'm not allowing these directors to be in a position to so-called pick this gaffer. But I want everyone to understand that Enzo Maresca was signed off by Igbali. Igbali gave the go-ahead. He has to give the go-ahead on everything that goes through transfers, managers, anything through the club. Igbali's a 72% stakeholder of Blueco and Chelsea. So he has to sign it all off. Everyone else with their smaller stakes has to go, yeah, okay, we'll go with this one. Yeah, after Potter, after Poch, who Poch got it right to then sack him. And that was down to Gallagher. Let's have it right. And Enzo being on the bench and being injured with his hernia. But that's another discussion. My point is this. The directors, yeah, are fully to blame. All right? They need to be sacked immediately before any manager is gone. Yeah. And I don't want this manager anyway. Get him in the bin. Get the directors in the bin. But understand something, right? Understand something. These directors have been brought in because they can be dictated. They are executing the overall long-term plan, which they're begging to the board meeting. In the board meeting, they're saying, you know, it's a long-term project. Why? Because of the debt that they took from Aries Management of 500 million on 12.96% interest, and the debt from the bank syndicate loans at 7.7% interest of 702 million. That is the money they spent. That is dictating the model at Chelsea. They cannot go in and break the wage structure over 150 grand a week. They cannot overpay. They cannot buy players that have no resale value. So they are only going to go with young players, high profit margins, resale value. That is why Winstanley and Stewart are there.
Exactly.
Right? Who signs that off? Igbali, Bowley, Feliciano, Blueco. Right? Yeah. That's not going to change. The model cannot change because the debt is gone. They spent the money. They have to pay it back. They can't pay it back buying countless Bastonis, Ozymans, massive wages. They can't do it. They've got 90 players on the books. So we have to blame the players as well, not just the manager. The players ain't fucking good enough.
No.
None of these players get into any of Roman's teams or Bates and Matthew Harding's teams, right?
True.
Okay. So what level have you bought? What development is there? What environment is there at Chelsea behind the scenes to develop these players? There ain't an environment. The environment's toxic, bruv. It's toxic inside and it's toxic outside. Well, I've been telling you this for years, right? Or 2 years. Let's go 2 years.
Exactly.
So, at the bottom line is this, Eunice, bruv. It's very, very simple. I hold all the players accountable and I hold the managers accountable because the managers accepted the cards dealt. The managers signed up. They sold their salt of blue coat for the pound note. Then you go, well, we've got all these players. The players, everyone's overhyping these players. Everyone's glossing up with a PR these players and what unbelievable generational players are. Now I'm seeing them all go, Jorgensen shit. I'm seeing them go, Gusto shit. You told us Gusto's better than Reece James. I'm just throwing it out there, all right? So you told us Jackson's the number one striker. He's our baby Drogba. Cole's baby John Terry. Disaster's the black John Terry, and he's been shipped out. They're buying players and selling them after six months or loaning them. So there's clearly no stability. No. Sustainability there ain't. This is not a sustainable project. It's a project that's never worked in the history of football. Yeah? It never worked. Who bought the players? Winstanley and Stewart, right? That's what everyone's going to say. Winstanley and Stewart bought the players. All right. Who gave them the brief? 150 grand wage cap. Under 24 years old. AI scouting to see what their trajectory is going to be like in 5 years. And give them an 8-year contract so we can, in negotiations, when we want to sell them or loan them, we can make money. And we have to put resell clauses in every single player when we sell them and an NDA. Yeah. They are executing that to a T. It's a pick and mix. They're not building with a manager. They're not building with an identity and philosophy, which is why we don't have one. It's individual brilliance that gets us through games. It's not team performance. It's not unity. It's not the manager's unbelievable tactics. It's not his mentality, because there ain't none. So where are we going with it? Who signs off what Winstanley and Stewart do? Well, it has to be signed off by someone. You telling me they go into the negotiations going, we're gonna decide how much they should be paid. We're gonna decide what contract they're gonna have. No, mate. They've been told.
100%.
That's why you ain't got a Campos in there. That's why you never had a Christopher Vell. That's why you're not getting a Michael Edwards. It's Egbali Feliciano who are running the football side at Chelsea, and Bowley is Vivid Seats merchant. He's the tout. And myself and Eunice exposed that. Every part of the mechanics at Chelsea is all part of the great master plan to make billions of a return on our football club. They have destroyed our institution, our club, our culture, our heritage, our DNA, the community, the supporters. They've created a divide and conquer. Everything's been built by design, and they've created the layer cake. And it's a yes man layer cake. It's very simple to understand.
100%. The owners as well with these directors, look, you can look at it from one or two ways. Yeah. Let's bring some logic to it. Because
what, am I not logical, Eunice? I'm joking, bruv. I'm joking.
No.
I'm joking, bruv.
The directors at the moment, as we all know, are a couple of yes men executing an order. Right? And they've been given a brief, a requirement of their jobs, and they're doing it. And that's why they're still in jobs. That's how we all know it, right? But let's say what some other people might think is going on, that, okay, the directors are actually the ones with the power here, right? They're the football people. They're the ones that have been let to work. The owners have taken a step back and gone, we're going to trust you with your decisions. Let's say that's the case. What, 3 years in? Are you trusting these decisions? If I'm an owner and I'm not the one making the decision, I've trusted you, and this is the result I'm getting, you would have been gone a long time ago. So what way is it? Pick one, because it can only be one. Either the owners are actually in power completely and they've got a couple of yes men executing and they're happy with how it's going, or the owners are stupid, which I don't believe they are. They're stupid and they're trusting these guys very, 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 very naively, and they think everything's okay despite everything, and everything is super clear to see that this is a shambles. So what is it? Are they dictating or are they stupid? Whichever way it is, it's not fit for purpose. So no one can be protected here. At the bare minimum, you've already established, by the way, Johnny, why they're not going to change and why I believe they're not going to change. But at the bare minimum, because sometimes you just never know, right? If they actually have an ounce of concern about what's going on, they'll chop Winstanley and Stewart immediately. And this is why we're saying, and I've noticed a lot of fans, especially after last night, are on this same wavelength, which is, I'm like, finally. Took a while, but finally. They're not on board with Maresca just getting chopped if it means that these same guys are going to be the ones to hire the next guy. And I agree. Fully agree. Before Maresca gets chopped, those two bozos need to be chopped first. And we need to actually go and get a proper director in charge, someone who's not a yes man, someone proper, and Campos is the one who we know is going to be available. That would give, I think, an inkling of, is something actually changing around here? Or if that's not done, it'll be the same thing over and over again. You've already illustrated why on a financial level, the damage is done, and why on a results level, the damage is done. And it's gone on for too long.
And they can't sell players. How are they going to sell all these players?
This is the fit. Now, you know what? Now, even Matisse mentioned this, right? And I was like, even people now will be switched off. You see the same way that Nagelsmann figured it out, or the same way that Luis Enrique figured it out. Now it's worse. Now you'll get even the not top gaffers or top directors, but even the ones just below going, nah, I don't want to go near that. So we've already damaged our reputation beyond belief now. So that's another concern to add into the mix.
You can't.
Which is why I was stressing Champions League has to happen this year. It has to. If it doesn't, we are finished. The door's been closed. We're finished. You see what this is the layer cake now. This is the concern that there is in terms of the volcano's erupted. The lava's coming whether you like it or not. All you can do now is just run. There's no trying to stop it or anything. Nah, just run. I feel like we're at that point. Unfortunately, I feel like we're at that point. But we're at that point. The bare minimum that the fans that I think are going to start asking for is for Winstanley and Stewart to get chopped. I don't think they will. That should wake a lot of people up in terms of what is actually going on here for the ones that are still asleep. And unfortunately, there's still a little bit that are still asleep.
Geezer, we're hearing they want to offload 17 players. So I've already told everyone we're a sell to buy club, which we are, because there's no money left. And if we don't get Champions League, which is very likely, playing Europa League's not going to cut it. So they're not even going to get a good enough shirt sponsor. The fact that we haven't got a shirt sponsor for the whole season, being a club of elite level of Chelsea, is an absolute embarrassment in itself. But I don't even want to get into that because that's the least of our worries right now. The fact of the matter is the players are the core issue as to why Chelsea are where we are, because of the recruitment structure implemented that buys them.
Exactly. This is what we've asked for.
We've asked for a structural change, but they've just reported another Argentinian player, some kid, 17-year-old, today.
I saw that.
Right? Stop buying kids! I'm sick of kids, bruv. All right? So this is my thing, yeah. All right, you can call out and you want to discredit the protest. All right. Oh, what's it about? Is it about the ownership or is it about the directors? Oh, change the model. That ship sailed over a year and a half ago, bruv. 2 years ago, I was telling you about that. I got tweets. 2 years, I was telling you change the model. Yeah. about Enrique, and they were looking at Pochettino. I was like, no, get me Enrique, bruv, because I know Enrique will build a culture and philosophy at Chelsea. Like, he's got a way of playing, but he needs to be back. Look what he's doing at PSG, bruv. All right, that's a project for football. Yeah.
This is why we spoke about it just before coming on. About a year and a half ago was when we collabed for the first time. And that's because it was clear, like at that point, we need to change the model. The model needs to change now, right?
But Eunice, they can't.
No. I mean, that's what we were saying back then, and that's why we collabed for the first time. Because I had that urgency of going, yo, this needs to change now. And you were saying what you were saying. I was like, he's spot on here. And then we started talking. That was a year and a half ago. It's too late now.
So in terms of what we got to do is protest, right? But something happened yesterday, a start of something, and that was 10,000 Chelsea supporters not attending.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
Yeah, which including hospitality.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah. I'm just talking across the board. Yeah.
No, of course. But what I'm saying is there's two ends of the coin here. You got genuine fans that are just not asked, and they're like, I'm not going to this. This is a waste of time. Correctly so. And you've got the ones that you're at, like the ones at the club are prioritizing now. The ones that pay more money. The ones that are going to attend the game. The ones that the sponsors, the hospitality, even they didn't show up. And we want to move to a bigger stadium where you lot are tapped. Can you imagine if we had a 60? Can you imagine if we had a 60,000 stadium and we had to play this? Mate, half the ground would be empty. This is why we needed Champions League. We needed that, and it's gone. It's gone. It's gone.
We're not going to get it. It's done. And right now, the current circumstances at the club, it's done. It's dead and buried, mate. Yeah. There is only one solution. Blueco has to go. Now, it's been reported behind the scenes that the investors behind have called for a sit down with Egbali to explain what's going on at Chelsea, to find out what's going to happen in a few years. They're already questioning it. Remember when I told you there's suits and boots in the background that are expecting a 3 times return? Well, now they are starting to ask questions because they're seeing toxicity now. They're seeing that they've changed managers 3 times. They're seeing they're buying players every single season. They've spent all the debt money, the money that they were given.
Exactly.
They're seeing the supporters turn. They're seeing players disinterested. They're seeing no revenue coming in. We haven't got revenue. They've had to sell the women's team, the hotels, the car park land to avoid PSR breach because of the amount of money they spent and the revenue's not coming in.
Yep.
We're in financial shit.
What happens next season?
Next season, it's even worse.
Yep.
It's not sustainable. So everyone goes, oh, we're sustainable. We're building for the future. You don't know what you're talking about.
Genuinely don't.
So I'm saying the only way to save our club is if Ed Barley's got to sit down and try and explain, and apparently the sporting director is saying it's a process, it needs time. You've had enough time, my sons. You've had 3 years. And this is a build-up for the supporters of 3 years of this. There's no stability. There's no progression. Reece James is telling you there's no progression. There's no trust of process. Reece James is going to get treated like Mason Mount. It'll be shipped out, bro. Done. Pure profit. Let's go. Trev Chalobah. Yeah, we'll have him. And we'll do trade deals. They want to do trades. All right? You're showing disrespect to these players. These players don't even want to be there now. Whether you think they're good enough. I do not believe that a lot of these players, like, let's take Disasi. We don't rate him. But Unai Emery seems to rate him and plays him. And he's in a football environment. So he's showing, I don't think he's levels, but I'm just saying he's performing better at Villa than he is at Chelsea. Strike 1. Strike 2, Viega. Juventus, gone there. Why is Juventus interested in him?
Yep.
Look at Santos and Petrovic going to Strasbourg, you know, less pressure, different environment, football environment, yeah? But yet Strasbourg Ultras want them out. Alex was on stream with us, Eunice, yeah? Do you remember when Alex come on, the representative of Ultra Boy 90s? And Daily put out a thing today.
I saw. They spoke to, was it the Sun?
It was Lloyd Canfield, the Sun, yeah. And basically said that Alex said, I'm not worried about losing our identity. We've already lost it. It's like you're eating the master's leftovers, but you are the slave. Great analogy. Egbali promises Strasbourg you're going to get Europe year after year, and he ain't promised shit to Chelsea. Which brings me on to this. And I have to show this. All right.
Big Dog, what's going on? Come on, man. Are you going to come and speak to us? What's going on?
Mate. Oh, man.
He just wants to walk away. This is the standards that we have. This is the standards we have. He can't. He doesn't want to come and speak to the fans and explain what's going on.
So let's have it right. If I see Egbali walking like that, do you think that myself is going to stand there, not move, and not go up to that wrong'un that's killed our football club?
Exactly.
He's killed our football club, and you are standing there watching him walk by.
Yep.
And go, oh, he doesn't want to speak to us. Well, go and fucking make him speak to you then.
Don't talk to him.
Go and land it on him. Tell him he's killed our club. Tell him he ain't a Roman Abramovich. He needs to get out of our football club.
Yeah. They had no
You
intensity.
go and land it on that wrong'un.
They had no intensity there. I'm going to be honest. Those lads bottled it. Absolutely bottled it. That was a chance. That was a big chance. You know what? Egbali might not go down that road ever again because of that.
Bruv, he got chased down by a 13-year-old boy. He run away from a 13-year-old boy. You go up to him there. He's got nowhere to run to or hide. There's no escort to pick him up, bruv. Yeah, you go and corner him, you film him, and you get him to say something. And whatever he says, you go and mud him. I want that opportunity. I'd do anything for that opportunity. Just like I stood up in the dugout and said, this is not Chelsea, and called out Jellyfish Potter. I'll call out these owners, bruv. I'll do it 24/7 because they need to get out. They're not fit to run our football club. They've already got their suits and boots asking what's going on. We got them. We're ready. So boycott games and a protest. Chelsea Supporters Trust, you need to arrange a protest. You've reported them and they ain't replying. The Premier League were waiting for that. And ultimately, they generate too much money with Bowley and Vivid Seats, and it helps Chelsea's finances. So they don't want to let that go. That's number one. Number two, all right, we are the shed arranging chanting when our club's in the fucking gutter, all right? Instead of relations with the club, instead of keeping relations with the club, let's put it crystal clear. And I appreciate what they do. It's not a mudding on them, but I'm trying to put things in perspective here, all right?
I agree.
The ones that you want to build a relationship at this club, to have banners in there, to have things organised, any organised events, they don't respect our club.
Exactly.
They don't care. So we need to attack them. Fuck all the relations. Fuck all the correspondence. They don't even talk to us. Egbali, Bowley. They never want to talk to Chelsea supporters. They don't even address us. Everything that's happened last 3 years, you get Meatloaf Bowley sitting there going, it's exactly as we drew it up, all right, in front of a Bloomberg conference and not address the issues. No debts. They don't talk about debt, don't talk about Vivid Seats. Fabrizio Romano, Ornstein, Matt Law, you don't talk about the debt. You don't talk about Vivid Seats. We made you speak on that. We made you. But where are you? You're too busy propaganda in this fugazi of a project.
Exactly. 3 years in now, we've not had a peep out of any of them directly to the fans about the club. Bowley's spoken at business conferences and asked and answered some questions about Chelsea with business journalists. Got nothing to do. No one's spoken to the fact. Iqbali's not even said anything. Feliciano's not said anything directly to the fans. But
he spoke to the outrage.
Iqbal, exactly. He spoke to the Strasbourg lot last week. And even then, the Ultra 90s have gone, listen, we want more than just a little pub chat. We want a proper meeting. That was their reaction after the little bit that they got from Iqbali, yeah, where they managed to speak to him. We want more than just a little pub talk. We want an arranged proper meeting where we can start talking seriousness. If that was, I guarantee, if that was some of our lot, they'd be like, oh, we spoke to him. Yay.
Listen, you can't. Go on.
I want to say, when that chance comes, like it was last night, where he's walking, you don't need to portray that things are going to get physical. Doesn't need to get physical. Don't give that impression. No. But don't just let the geezer walk past without saying anything. You're on a public road. It's a residential area. We know that road. It leads into loads of flipping houses and places around that corner. Walk along. Ask some questions. If he doesn't say anything, if you're saying, you go up to him and you go, do you understand how you're running this club? Do you understand the ones that you've left it, that you've got in charge, the directors? Do you understand the mess that we're in? Are you not going to do anything about it? Do you care? If you don't get any answer, all you got to say is, you're being a bit of a coward here. Give us something. If he walks off, he walks off, but you've made your point and you've allowed everyone to see exactly what the geezer's about. That's all that had to be done. Instead, we got, like we saw yesterday, oh, what's this about? What is he going to say about that?
Bruv, you got to understand, no billionaire's going to go, oh yeah, hi guys, yeah, I'm going to come and speak to you on camera and with a microphone. You go to a billionaire. Billionaires are egotistical mad, bruv. They are so, they look at you as peasants, mate. They look at us as peasants. They call us customers. They don't respect us supporters. They don't respect our heritage. They got an agenda on Roman. They hate Roman. They took Roman's banner down, the Roman Empire banner. As soon as they took over, they took it down. They spit on us. Yep. You don't let them walk by. You land the facts on them.
Mate, if this was 15, 20 years ago, oh my God, he wouldn't have gone up that road. Just wouldn't have gone there.
Bruv, he'd have to get a chopper in the ground every game.
You'd have to get a chopper, exactly.
Yeah. And this is it, right? I've always said it. The supporters have all the power. If the supporters actually unite, that's why I hold all YouTube accounts, journalists, all the blue tick accounts, all the influencers. I hold you all accountable because you are part of the blame. You brought us here. You fed their narrative for your own benefits. And now there's nowhere to hide. It's interesting to me, Eunice, that everyone now is speaking the narrative. I've been speaking for over 2 years and you've been speaking with me for 1.5 years. Everyone is now speaking that narrative. You have got no choice to speak it, but speak it.
Yeah.
I warned everyone. I'll let you know. And what were you too busy doing? You were too busy feeding the agenda on me, trying to cancel me. Me getting shadow banned for fucking speaking the truth is ridiculous. While you lot just carry on happy-go-lucky and sponsor everything to now you're questioning it. Now you're like, well, you only speak about it because you have to speak about it. Because if you still go toxic positivity, you look like an absolute muppet. You're a mug. Football supporters, no football. Joe Cole goes, oh, how can you spend 1.5 billion and not, compete, not be, well, you can. They've just done it. They've proved that to you. They've killed us. Go, anyone new in here, of course, please like, subscribe to Eunice and like your stuff. Yeah. But if you go on my channel in particular, I want you to scroll down from now 2 years and go and look at my titles. You don't have to watch it. Just go and look at my titles of how long I have been telling everyone. And I've got to the point where I know it, but what is everyone going to do about it?
Yep.
I've got too much hate and agenda on me. I wish I could do it. I've got a lot of serious ones behind me that support this channel of heritage, of true Chelsea heritage. You would never be able to see them back in the day. But if you did, you would know about it.
Yeah.
So I'm saying to everyone, someone needs to take the lead. Someone with the minerals to do it, and someone that's got a platform. And the only platform is the Chelsea Supporters Trust that
I was
can
going to say
speak for the supporters. It's why we pay our membership.
Yep. They're the ones that have access, an email list, all communication with the club, with the fan base. They're the biggest middle guy that can do something, and it's the Chelsea Supporters Trust. So it means it's based on whatever the supporters have an agenda on, right? They're the only ones that can do something big here. In the same way that with United, the 1958 are a big supporter body who have actually built that really independently, right? A massive following independently, and they've done it really well. The CST are the only ones that could gain official traction, because through them, things become official. Without them, it's always unofficial. With them, it becomes official. Simple. It's got to be them.
And I want to make it clear, right? This myth, this false PR that the ownership, Blueco, cannot sell their stakes, that cannot sell Blueco to another. Because I want to break it down very quickly, right? They created the holding company, Blueco. Under it is a consortium. The consortium is backed by institutions and individual companies. All right, it's not the assets are not attached to them. It's attached to Blueco. Blueco is the holding company of Chelsea. And what they've gone and done is broken up every asset at Chelsea into individual limited companies to build the value of Blueco, where they know that Chelsea's going to generate the most revenue out of Strasbourg, out of the women's team, out of the hotels, and the stadium rebuild, right? Which is what they need. So understand, if Egbali can buy Bowley out and vice versa, you're changing who's on the Blueco holding company, the consortium. Well, if you're locked in for 10 years, you can't be doing that because everyone's locked in. You're not locked in. Goldfish lied to you. Everyone's lied to you. They can sell Blueco, but they want to build the value of Blueco over 10 years to sell it for mega money.
Yeah.
Roman didn't divide Chelsea's assets. He kept it all under one, under his company. He didn't need to divide it, break it up into pieces, in crumbs. So I want you to all understand that Blueco, the whole consortium, can sell the club, sell Blueco. And we, instead of hearing news about Casado and Saudi, I want a Saudi owner, not to buy players, but to buy our club. I want an owner to come in, we all do, that loves football, that understands Chelsea heritage, that wants us to compete and run us how we should be run. Because this is a sport, this is football, it's not business. There's business element. Don't get it twisted. We know that. But there's a balance. There's no balance at Chelsea. There's no leeway. It's our way or fuck off. Well, we need to reciprocate that, don't we? We need to relay that back to the ownership. And the only way that we can do that is boycott, protest, bad publicity, kill their image, which is happening right now. And what happens? The suits and boots go, Egbali, we want to talk to you. Bowley, we want to talk to you. What's going on? Where's our money coming from? What are the books looking like? Because we're losing. We are financially losing money. We're not generating money. That's why they need the 10 years or more. That's why they're desperate for the stadium rebuild. These are the facts. So if Chelsea supporters unite, and anyone who ain't, anyone else who's still believing in this, then you're part of the problem.
100%. At this point, 100%.
Because we're unrecognisable as a football club, as a football team. The club is unrecognisable. And we're only where we are in the league because of everyone else's downfall. It's the worst Premier League season I've ever witnessed. In all fairness, of levels and quality and competitiveness. If City wasn't on a decline, if Man United weren't where they are, because Man United been in the top 5, you know what I'm saying? Spurs were up there as well. You know, Villa, Newcastle, all of a sudden are in that mix. You know, Chelsea are not going to be there. We're going to be 10th. The way we are now.
This is another thing heading into the end of the season. This is why, with what Maresca said about being in the top 4 and everything's all right and everything's all nice and everything's good. In 2025, from the start of the year up until now, if you looked at that league table, you'd be scared. We're playing like a relegation team. It's no surprise. But this is only going to continue until the end of the season.
And do you know what's funny? I know there's a lot of wrong uns watching, yeah. I know there's a lot of ones that you're all bought and you're all tapped up, yeah. And you're in here to watch. And I want you to watch good. I want you to fucking well understand, yeah, that if you do not be relentless with ordering Blue Coat out, then at the end of the day, I see you as the enemy that you have been for all this time. You have participated in killing our club. I want you to understand that. You have to hold yourself accountable for that. You need to apologise to your followers, to the ones that support your platform, because you fucking lied to every single one of them. You fed them bullshit, and now you can't hide nowhere. That you have to call it out.
Exactly that. I wanna add. Now, with everything that we're seeing, when you culminate the last 3 years and you put it all together and you see like the people now that are turning more towards, all right, the directors need to be sacked and all of that. Okay, cool. Aim that at the owners. Stop being scared. Don't be scared. What are you fearing? Put them under pressure. Call their names out. Because I know there's a lot of people that go, okay, no, but the directors need to be changed. Okay, who changes them? Who are you talking to? Name them. Blue Co. Good morning. Where you at? Barley, Feliciano, Bowley, all of them. Call them. Call them out. I don't think we're not getting enough of that. People are saying, okay, what needs to happen, but they're not directing it at who has the power to actually do it. Call out the owners. What are they going to do?
Oh, they've seen what they can do.
If you're doing it by yourself, then we've seen what they can do. But if it's an entire fan base that are directing it at them, what are they going to do?
They can't shut everyone down, can they?
So stop being scared.
Oh, but let's put it into simple terms for these people. Yeah. Did Michael Corleone, when he wanted to take down all the 5 families, did he go for all the front foot soldiers? Did he go for the ones that order the foot soldiers, or did he go for the snakes' heads? Did he go for all the dons and take all their dons out? What do you think addresses the issue?
He made it look like they were all close and things were smooth and things were good, and he started topping them off one by one without even them knowing.
Mo Green, bruv. How did it end for that one? Yeah. Geezer getting a Sweeney Todd, add it in for him. Yeah. Hyman Roth. How's he getting on these days, bruv? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If you're serious, then you go and take them all out, bruv, including the brown envelopes as well. Stop buying into their PR. Stop believing what they say. I'm hearing we're linked to some Bayern Munich, that Kim player.
Kim.
Get in the bin.
Yeah, don't worry. He's 28.
Yeah.
You'll get some people, again, I want to stress this. You'll get some people that go, oh, so what are you complaining about? You asked for experience. There we are. We're linked with a 28-year-old from Bayern Munich. That's what you want, no? No. Are you that dumb? You that stupid? If I just wanted an old geezer, I'd go and buy some 35, 36-year-old on the end of his, on the brink of the end of his career. When you look at Kim, what has he won?
I'll be honest, Eunice, I can't even entertain
He's
it.
He's won one league title. One. Yeah, in his career. Now go and dig up Bastoni and go and look at
but he brings that market, doesn't he? He brings that market, Eunice.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That means we can now monopolize the United States, and we can also monopolize the Asian market now.
Bro, they're going to destroy like the Esteval Williams, Kendrick Pyers, all these young talents that we're bringing in. They're going to destroy them. It's not the right environment for these kids to develop.
Yep. They're going to kill them.
They're going to kill him. And that's fact. The Tattaglia, the Barzinis, the Roth, yeah, they all got taken out. Well, we can take them out. We can take Blueco out. The whole consortium, we can take them all out. I've been doing it. I've been taking them down piece by piece. Eunice is on the Minerals FC, landing it, bruv. He's on his channel, landing it. This is not, as he said, this is not Chelsea. This is CFCLDN. They told us Tuchel can't coach an attack. They told us our team was on the decline. They told us we had a shit team to win the Champions League. We were lucky to win that Champions League. No, you don't get luck. There's an element of it.
Of course.
But it's not luck.
No.
You make your own luck.
Yeah.
It's called mentality, belief, the supporters behind. No one can buy into this. No one can truly say, I trust this process. You only trust a process if you can see progression and you can buy into it. But there's nothing to buy into. We're actually done. All right, I'm going to run through some of these quickly. Football Rant says, did you see Jackson on his phone during the game? We heard about it, didn't we? So,
yeah.
That tells you everything you need to know, didn't you? Uet Man says Fiorentina is more of a problem because they play low block and they have the most informed striker in Europe this season is Keane. I don't think we'll win it.
I want to add something. Legia Warsaw yesterday, they didn't play a low block.
No, they didn't, did they?
They were defending, don't get me wrong. There were moments where obviously everyone's back, but mate, they were going at it. They weren't just sitting. Struggled.
But that's what I'm saying. There's a difference playing that level and playing Premier League level. Premier League level's just you can't measure where our team and players are in a Conference League. They were saying Madueke's banked 2 goals and then we played Brentford and where was he? You know, Cole Palmer was limping because he's in pain. The guy's playing with an injury. He shouldn't even be playing. Big up the Lions of West London TV says Reece isn't playing because he said Tuchel is a winner. Maybe, but I still believe that they're trying to protect him from being injured so they can sell him. And Reece wants out. I know Reece rejected. Regretted signing that deal because he signed it when Tuchel was in charge.
Yeah.
And then Potter, then he got sacked, and then Potter came in. He was too late. Big up to Chelsea Empire. Says, big up to you, Johnny. The arrogance of Egbali walking outside the bridge so freely is a slap in the face to all of our fans. Egbali and Bluecoat buried our club, changed our name, sold our assets, killed our identity 1905 to 2022. And essentially, they don't care and they won't talk to us until we make them.
Exactly.
And that's why people that mock the protest, it was that was a low ball from everyone because,
Yep.
People are trying to make a change. People are trying to warn, and that got massive major media coverage. It went viral. It hurt them. Trust me, it hurt them. And I always said that protest is the start. It was the start to it waking up the fan base because everyone's been eyes wide shut merchants. Big up to Jack Wave says United in the gutter and they still dug out more minerals than Chelsea ever could under this current clown ownership. Watch them get Osimhen. Yep. Facts. United Vlog says United will win Europa. Big up to you, lads. Salute to you, United Vlogs. Hope you're doing well, my geezer. Europe Man says Inter will win the UCL. Too much experience. Potentially. I think that'll be the worst team. Do you think, Eunice? Yeah?
They're a dark horse. But we'll see, to be honest. Yeah, it's can they beat Barca? Yeah, they can. I still think Barca make it.
I think it's Barca PSG final. And I think PSG will win it.
I hate to say this. I'm going Barca Arsenal final. And then I'm in a situation where I'm like, but I want both of you to lose. Like, can you implode the stadium or something? Because I don't want anyone winning it. At that point, I probably have to go Barca because I can't. No, we can't deal with an Arsenal. No.
I can't deal with that. No. I will be having the biggest meltdown you won't believe. Big up the Chelsea Empire says there is nobody that can dig us out of this grave. Iqbali won't give up control, and the debt is way too big. Campos will laugh at the state of CFC London LDN. Owners must go. The model change is far too gone. Facts. Campos is the one. He's available. He's the one. It ain't gonna happen. Adam Rated salute to you says up the Minerals FC, keep the blue flag flying high. Little Tim says Munich is the home to the first time Champions League winners. Facts. Can you imagine they win it at Munich as well?
Oh, has it been playing the Munich?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, I can't have that. No.
Feel sick.
Oh crap. No. We'll see.
It says no surrender mentality. Facts. That's what we are on here. And Datino says Iqbali is a see you next Tuesday running away. Get them out, man. Facts. And RIP FIFA. Salute to you, Geezer. He says club selling West End tickets to Warsaw fans mugs. That's Vivid Seats. That's what Vivid Seats is. So that's where we are, everyone. That's. I mean, where do you want to draw the line?
Oh, I can add something. Can I share the screen real quick?
Yeah. Let me take mine off. Go for it.
Yeah. Let me. Okay. There we go. You got that?
Yeah. Okay. Let's go. What's that? I can't see it. Zoom it up. Zoom it. Can you zoom in? There we go. What's it say?
Shop our end of season sale now. Up to 50% off. CFCLDN.
See what I mean? That's the name. That's what. Listen, they've trademarked us as the Chelsea and CFCLDN with the logo. That is what they're doing. They want to call us 50% off because no one wants to buy your merchandise, mate.
Mate, that came out an hour ago. So if anyone it just shows.
Oh, he's gone. Eunice is gone. He's gone. CFCLDN. Get in the bin.
Yeah, sorry about that. I pressed the wrong button. But it just shows that they're tone deaf. They don't care. Irrespective of what happened last night, they're pumping an advert to, buy some merch. But I know last night was crap, so here's 50% off. CFCLDN. Listen,
We're finished. We're finished.
I'm here with the lads, and I'm here with the geezers, and I'm here with proper Chelsea, and I'm gonna stay here. I'm not taking part in this CFCLDN nonsense. I'm here with Chelsea, so I'm gonna have a good evening.
I think that should be your background permanently. You know that.
When talking about Chelsea, I think it will be.
Yeah,
I think it will.
think so. I really do, because that's the standards, and everyone else is allowed our standards to be on the. They're buried. They're buried.
Yeah.
Bruv, I don't know what to say anymore. I really don't. I think we said everything we need to say. I mean, it's clear as day. It's clear as day what's happened. And everyone is now starting to wake up and smell the Levat Super Grandma, bruv. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. It's about time. Good coffee.
Yeah. We'll have a coffee now, geezer. I think we're going to go and have our Levat Super Grandma. You know.
I will, for sure.
We've got Arsenal knocking out Real Madrid, and we're losing to a Polish team. That's first time's won on home soil. Yeah. How we have fallen. The mighty Chelsea have just been decimated, bruv. Big up to Parasite 82 Green. He says, supporting since the early 90s before Roman came along, and I can't watch us anymore after the last night until the owners sell up or we get a new manager and lose Stanley and the other jobs worth Stewart. Facts. And Stretta says, imagine the Glazers walking down Matt Bushy way. Yeah.
Matt Busby.
Busby, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's put Bushy, but...
He's put Bushy. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but
yeah.
No, yeah. There's no chance. No chance.
That's it. Maho says Pies crashing out on the timeline with We Are the Shed.
I've seen that.
I haven't seen it, but at the end of the day, where was Pies and Mash all this time?
Yeah, and to be fair, going after We Are the Shed, what are We Are the Shed going to do?
What's that going to achieve?
What's that going to do?
You're just creating more of a divide. It's big account against big account. It's handbags.
Mate, We Are the Shed only deal with banners that go in and out of the stadium and fan atmosphere. That's it. That's all they do. What do you want them to do? If you're going to try and go at anyone, you can knock on the door of the CST. That would be a bit more productive.
How about you use your accounts, yeah, and you call it daily, and you don't recycle their shit. How about that? How about Pies and Mash? You stop recycling their bullshit narratives and links, and just be relentless and use that platform instead of Little Maxi's account. How about that? You want to make a difference? There you go. I'm giving you that for free, my son.
Yeah.
To have it right.
And I think that's important.
I think
that's important as well. This is also the reason why I've not done Chelsea news, as in the rumours that we're hearing. I've not done them for for a good couple of weeks or so, because I'm just like, this it's only, even if you discredit it, I don't even want to give it attention anymore, because it's crap. There's bigger problems at play, and everything we're fed is PR. So just ignore it.
And this is the thing. When I come at everyone, yeah, people take it personally, didn't they? Because they don't like that they're getting called out.
They do.
And they don't like that I'm writing what I say. They don't like it. So they make it personal. It's not personal, it's business. I'm calling you out and saying it for what it really is. Do the right thing. Do the right thing and try to repair some of the fucking absolute sabotage and damage that you have caused.
Yeah.
Try and do the right thing so that we can all unite as a fan base. How about that? There's certain ones in the fan base, though. I'll tell you this now. You'll always be a snake. And what you done, you sold out our Chelsea. Sorry, mate. You ain't privileged. You ain't going to get that privilege with me. There's quite a lot of them out there to have it right. James says, these owners are hurting me. Please get them out. They're hurting us all. They're hurting and killing us all. Ayatman says, Johnny Minnels, I want to give you a wife for your services better than Lily Phillips. Wow.
Johnny's being hitched up here by we're going to get an arranged marriage.
Are you working for Siri Merchant Barley? Are they trying to entice by sending some?
They're trying to send the women now.
Yeah, trying to send women now. Pound notes don't work, so they want to send slush pots.
That's it.
Mad.
One way or another, you know.
Absolutely mad.
Next will be the alcohol arriving at your door. Be careful.
Yeah. Oh, and the rest. You know what I'm saying? Oh wow. Big up there for Dan. He says 29,000 attendance is a disgrace. Breaking records for the wrong reasons. Told everyone they're worse than the Glazers. We're finished up the women's team. Facts. And I did, if you remember. And Dan's been supporting my channel day one, mate. Like as many have. And I went on TalkSport with Cundy and O'Hara, and the title is Chelsea owners worse than the Glazers.
Yeah,
I called that out. That was over 2 years ago. We're not wrong, are we? X-Play Picture says no Jordan deal without UCL. Who cares about a Jordan deal? Who cares? They're selling knockoffs now, 50%, as Eunice has just shown you, and there ain't no shirt sponsor on there.
Mate.
So they don't have to give a cut to the shirt sponsor. You do know that.
It's true.
They're making more money. It pays them more money to not have a shirt sponsor on there with all the merchandise they sell than having one that doesn't pay them a lot of money to give them a percentage. That's why they didn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm saying. So it is what it is. But listen, we've given you an hour and 33 minutes of our time to land the truth, the facts, and God knows what's going to happen on Sunday. I want everyone to have a blessed Easter to everyone, and literally try and enjoy yourselves. Stay clean in the mind, in the heart, and I promise you we'll do everything we can to reclaim our club and save our club. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to expect on Sunday, bruv.
It's all that can be done. By the way, I've just checked that sale. It's actually all the current kits.
What, right now?
Yeah, it's all the current kits. There's discounts everywhere. Mental. Don't buy. Please don't buy. Don't do it.
Do you want to see the last thing I bought? I'll get it. Let me get it. You got time? I got literally.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Go.
Let me get it for you.
I'm going to make a guess. last thing he bought might be the home shirt from the season after we won the Champions League. So the one with the yellow grids. We look like the flipping national grid wearing that. But the one, every time I think of Lukaku, I don't know why. I think of Lukaku when I see that kit. I mean, he might have that one with Mount on the back.
Right, listen, yeah. I don't do kits. I don't do kits. You'll never catch me wearing a kit. The only kit I've had, I've got Di Matteo on the back, all right, the FA Cup kit, all right, and I've got the
97.
What's that?
97.
Yeah. I got the one after that with auto glass on it. Yeah. I've got one with Ramirez on the back with the gold Premier League. Yeah, I've got a Torres one, but I don't wear them. Like my little brother's wearing them, bruv. Yeah, my little brother met Kendry Pires.
Yeah,
right?
you said. Yeah, you mentioned.
Yeah. And I said to him, "Did you tell him he's going to Strasbourg?" And he laughed. And he has gone to Strasbourg. But this is the last thing I bought. Right? Is this one?
Oh yeah. We're similar. I've got the same one. Yeah,
that's the training kit we had with Tommy T.
Tommy T. Yeah, I got the tracksuit. I got the tracksuit. Yeah.
That's the last thing I bought, bruv.
Yep.
Yeah, I've not bought anything since.
I was close. It was that season. I was close.
Huh?
I was telling the chat when you went to get it. I was like, maybe you have the home shirt from that season, but you've got the hoodie. So yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. That's what I bought, bruv. Yeah, and that's it. And I will not feed their pockets. I won't do it.
I'm the same. I went out and got that tracksuit that year. I've got the away shirt from this season, which was a birthday present from my dad. And then I was like, crap, okay, I got to reciprocate the favor. So I got him what he wanted. That was it. But even now, I'm like, we're not shopping at Chelsea anymore. Nah, not like this. No way. No way. No way. I advise don't do it.
Stop buying merchandise. Don't buy it.
Yeah.
Don't buy it.
You can wear things from when we were Chelsea. Yeah. But don't wear anything from CFCLDN. Just differentiate it that way. They're two different clubs.
Bruv,
you do that, you'll be fine.
The shirt we got now, it looks like Michael Barrymore's swimming pool, bruv. Yeah. It really does. Yeah, it's so ugly. It's the worst kit I've seen. Honestly. I remember doing a review to it with all the ultras, and it was disgusting, bro.
Horrible, man. Yeah.
Horrible kit. So yeah. Salute to Stevie G. He says only thing to buy Chelsea is retro from alternate sellers. Fuck Blueco. Facts. I can't do it. We need more legends to speak out, don't we, Eunice? We really do. Where's John Obi Mikel, bruv? Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing, because he's not uploaded yet. I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to say here.
He called him a great manager. Maresca's a great manager. He only knows one way of playing, by the way. So he's telling everyone, I can only play this way. So if you found me out, well, there's nothing we're going to do about it. And you know why the players cross? Do you know why they made 42 crosses, 52 crosses? Do you know why? Because they don't know what else to do.
Of course they don't. Yeah, of course they don't.
I don't even want to go on Twitter to see what the latest is. That's how bad it is.
No, mate, I've just seen. So, John Obi Mikel, last time he uploaded 8 days ago. Last proper Chelsea one was 11 days ago. Not heard a peep. I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to say.
Yeah, let's see what he's got to say.
Yeah,
because they don't come at the directors, do they? They don't come at the owners. They just say we need to buy an elite player, this and that. We need a striker.
I think he has to now.
Yeah.
And to be fair, it seems like everyone is beginning to do that. But what I say is I want to add another layer to that is, okay, you're calling that out. Cool. Who are you calling that out to? That's what I'm waiting for. Mention them by name. If you mean it, mention it by name.
Yeah.
And that's it. If you do that, if we all do that, I can start thinking optimistically in an optimistic way again.
Facts. But it's not happening. We know it. Simon says, Maresca is Chelsea's Ten Hag. Sack, please. And Ten Hag still won 2 trophies, mate.
Ten Hag, I can't believe it. Ten Hag at least done. He was at Ajax. He's done something small at least, and he left with 2 trophies. Yeah, at least.
That United,
with that United team,
yeah.
and it was still poor.
If you've come in late and you're asking about Igbali running away, myself and Eunice have already reacted to this early in the stream, so just go back, smash a like, hit the subscribe, help us both grow. I've put content out. I've done a stream with George Benson a couple of days ago, so make sure you check that out because we spoke the truth there. Eunice is always daily landing it for what it is. Big up to George as well. His last video was class. Yeah, class. Big up Street. He says only legend landing it is Eric Cantona. That's a great point actually. Did you see Eric Cantona? What did he say exactly?
Mate, Eric Cantona said a lot of things.
No, but he come out.
He's brilliant. I love him.
Basically, along the lines of the Ratcliffe have come in to destroy. They've destroyed Man United.
I've not seen what Cantona said recently about these lot. Now, no,
yeah.
I've not.
And he's also bought that team. Bought a stake in that Man United team, or I can't remember. It's like a non-league team. Do you know what I mean? But
FC United
protested with him.
FC United of Manchester. Them lot.
Which one?
FC United.
Yeah. He's part of the. He's signed. Part of FC United. Yeah.
Fair play. Yeah, I remember the whole FC United thing coming up, and the way they created that team was to try and create a brand new Manchester United because they had enough of the one that was operating.
Yeah. They're actually.
And to be fair, yeah, they've come up the ladder, they've come up the pyramids, they've done well.
Yeah, he came out and said, I want to see if I've got it. No, I ain't got it. I thought I had it. My mate sent it to me. This is what Pies put out. Listen to this. What about 3 years of utter drab, multiple windows of just buying young players with no thought for winning experience and leadership? 3 managers who took, who looked to be clearly not Chelsea level. You were quiet on a protest night for a reason. Now featuring in club Instagram posts. And listen, if you were quiet on the protest, all right, then let's have it right. You know, you shouldn't have been. You got a platform, but you were too interested in creating links with keeping good communications with the owners that have killed us.
Yeah.
Because what? Maybe it benefits the brand a little bit. Maybe, they were on the official Instagram page, weren't they?
They were.
All this stuff, it's just what are we doing here, bruv? But Pies and Mash, you're talking about it now. Like I say, do the right thing, bruv. Yeah, do the right thing. But that's where we are.
Yep.
Respect to everyone in here, as always. Eunice, anything you want to let them know what you're doing? You got any previews coming up today or tomorrow?
No. I put out a Neymar video earlier on. That was a good one, to be fair. And Tonight, I'll see. I'll see what's going on. Tomorrow will be the preview for Fulham Chelsea, obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah, take it from there. It'll be a very easy preview. Very easy preview.
And myself, everyone, I'm probably going to upload a video, maybe on Sunday. We see what the situation is, and like I say, we'll keep landing it for what it is. But I need all the ultras and everyone on social media to keep speaking the truth, keep calling everyone out, and don't like no surrender. Win, lose or draw, blue coat out. That is the ultimate goal and solution to saving our football club. But listen, big up to everyone in here. Put all your comments down below. Smash a like, subscribe, all that jazz. And we will leave you with our Don Roman, as Eunice has got in the background now, because they are the standards at Chelsea Football Club. Let's have it right. Let's go. You know it, bruv. You know it. Salute.
Roman Abramovich.